I found the top 10 remote job companies that are almost always hiring, and the first one on the list is going to be GitHub. GitHub hires a ton of remote related positions, and a lot of them are going to be in the technology industry. They hire in North America, Europe, as well as Asia, and they hire for engineering, operations, product, sales, and support related positions. And on top of that, they offer internships. And anybody who is in the software development world knows exactly what GitHub is. It's basically a code hosting platform where you can actually collaborate on code with other talented software developers. And this company also has really good ratings. Now, some of the salaries that this company pays for different positions are going to be $205,000 for senior software engineers, $183,000 for software engineers, $219,000 for solution engineers, and $148,000 for web developers. So as you can see, this is kind of a premium company and they pay very well. So this is going to be one that's a little bit tougher to get into than a lot of the other ones on this list. And it's going to be one where it's probably best if you have experience in these different fields before you apply. But with that being said, I'm still going to give it a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. The next company on the list is going to be a payment platform, and that is going to be Stripe. And this is a company that many different business owners out there use to process transactions. And they hire for a ton of different jobs. So right now I'm browsing it and I see a backend API engineer, money movement payouts, and that's a remote position in Berlin. I see a backend API engineer, money movement payouts as well. That's a remote position in Ireland. And then a backend API engineer, revenue foundations, which is a remote position in Bengaluru, which I believe is in India. So yeah, they're hiring for a bunch of different positions all over the world. And what you would expect to make at this company is for software engineers, $219,000 a year. For account executives, they make $308,000 a year. And if you're not aware, account executive is a sales type position. They pay data analysts about $150,000 a year. They pay recruiting coordinators about $105,000 a year. And they even pay customer service $88,000 a year. So this is one that's hiring for a lot more positions than the last one. It's still relatively high tier. It might be one where you're going to have experience, but this is still a very good opportunity. And I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. The next one on the list is going to be Upwork. And this is basically a leading freelance marketplace. So freelancers post their gigs on Upwork, and then clients can apply for those gigs and they can work out a deal with the freelancer depending on what job they want. And they have a wide range of different remote job categories. And they also have very good ratings online. And some of the positions you might apply for here are going to be software engineer at $158,000 a year, content writer at $75,000, graphic designer at $74,000, freelance writer at $75,000, account manager at $125,000, and business development representative, which is another sales role, at $101,000 a year. So yeah, lots of really good jobs that you can apply for here. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10 opportunity score. And if you don't want to work a job, you could always create an account and start working as a freelancer as well. And by the way, one of the positions they often hire for is digital marketing related. And my friend Seth is actually probably the world-renowned expert on helping people get digital marketing jobs. And he does have a free masterclass, which I'll go ahead and put down in the description, as well as the pinned comment below. You can definitely check it out because he breaks down everything you need to know about digital marketing. He probably is going to answer all of your questions, and he shows you the different digital marketing paths and which one might be the best for you. So definitely check that out. The next one on the list is a company called Articulate. Now they're hiring for a lot of different positions in different categories such as business operations, customer relationship management, engineering, marketing and communications, and sales. And this is actually a company that's been doing remote work for nearly 2 decades. And it also has very good reviews online. So some of the positions here are going to be software engineer at $128,000 a year, senior software engineer at $172,000, order management specialist at $67,000 a year, software engineering manager at $250,000, manager at $122,000, IT specialist at $83,000, senior technical support engineer at $120,000, quality assurance engineer at $101,000, customer success representative at $90,000, and customer success manager at $119,000 a year. So this is another really good one, and I'd say it's a little easier to get into than some of the other ones on the list. I'll give this one a 9.5 out of 10 opportunity score. The next one on the list is going to be anywhereworks.com. And this is exactly what it sounds like, because you can literally work anywhere, meaning it is a fully remote company. That means as long as you have an internet connection and a computer, you can work anywhere in the world. And they hire in the US, UK, Canada, and India. And right now on the US website, for instance, they're hiring in a bunch of different states. For instance, in Florida, they are hiring property service associates, legal support associates, bilingual client experience associates, and medical service associates. And some of the salaries that you would expect for CX associate would be $47,000 a year. For customer service representatives, it's $38,000. For clients experience associates, they pay about $60,000 a year. For client account managers, they pay $110,000. For team leaders, they pay $67,000. And for intake advisors, they pay $51,000. So this is one of those companies where it's going to be a little bit easier to get that entry level position, right? So if you're kind of early on in your career, you don't have very much experience, this is probably going to be an easier company to get hired at. And so I think this is a great opportunity. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10 opportunity score. And the next one on the list is going to be TopTal.com. Now, this company does hire people, but it's also a platform where you can become a freelancer and get a bunch of work. And that's kind of why it's called TopTal, because it's a freelance talent marketplace. And unlike Upwork, you sort of kind of like partner with them, whereas on Upwork, you kind of just advertise your expertise. Now, some of the salaries you'd expect to make at this company are going to be $157,000 a year for software engineers, $189,000 for senior software engineers, and $201,000 for sales engineers. And here are some other salaries. I'll pop them up on the screen if you want to pause the video and check them out. So yeah, I think this is another really good one. A lot of the jobs are going to be freelance related, but you know, some people might be interested in that. I'll give this one an 8.5 out of 10 opportunity score. Now, the next one on the list is going to be clevertech.biz. And they are hiring for a bunch of different technology related jobs. So for instance, they hire native Android developers, iOS native developers, senior Ionic developers, senior React native developers, DevOps directors, senior DevOps engineers, etc. And once in a while, they do hire for business related positions as well, such as junior culture coach or junior product analyst or product analyst. Now, they do have pretty good reviews online when it comes to their employees, and when it comes to salary, you can expect to make about $140,000 for software engineers, $162,000 for senior software engineers, $132,000 for full stack developers, $108,000 for product analysts, and $140,000 for DevOps engineers. There's some other jobs. I'll pop them up on the screen if you want to check them out. But yeah, pretty good. I'm going to give this one an opportunity score of 8.5 out of 10. The next one on the list is going to be a very well-known company, and that is Zapier. Zapier is extremely well known with anyone who works within businesses because it allows you to automate a bunch of your business processes. And this is a remote first company that primarily does hire remote jobs. And they also have really good benefits and perks. Now, this one has exceptional ratings online, 4.7 out of 5-star rating, and 97% of the employees approve of the CEO. And when it comes to salary, you would expect to make about $157,000 a year for a customer champion. Engineering managers make $321,000 a year. Software engineers make $189,000. Product managers also make $189,000. Senior software engineers make $225,000. Senior customer champions make $182,000. Technical recruiters make $180,000. Product designers make $158,000. Recruiters make $183,000. Marketing managers make $197,000. And front-end engineers make $191,000 a year. So yeah, excellent company. It is more on the high end. You know, this is the best remote job companies video, so I have to put a bunch of high end companies. This is a little bit more difficult to get into if you don't have much experience. But with that being said, I have to give this one a 10 out of 10 opportunity score. The next one on the list is going to be GitLab.com. And this is basically an AI-powered DevSecOps platform. And this basically brings development, security, and operations teams together to make sure that software gets out there faster. And they hire for sales, marketing, product and user experience, engineering, security, and general and administrative related positions. And they have been a fully remote company since day one. So all of the positions they hire for are fully remote. Now, this one has a 4.3 out of 5-star rating, which is great, and 94% of people approve of the CEO. And some of the salaries that you would expect are going to be $122,000 for account executives, $75,000 for sales development representatives, $207,000 for engineering managers, $167,000 for solutions architects, $112,000 for support engineers, $147,000 for front-end engineers, $185,000 for senior product managers, $77,000 for business development representatives, $171,000 for senior back-end engineers, and $111,000 for SMB account executives. So yeah, really high paying, really good ratings from the employees. Also a little bit easier to get into. It's not as premium as some of the other companies. So I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10 opportunity score. The next next one on the list is going to be Automattic. And this company is basically dedicated to the development and support of popular platforms such as WordPress.com, WooCommerce, and Jetpack. And it empowers individuals and businesses worldwide to tell their stories and sell their products online. And they often hire for roles such as business operations, design, engineering, happiness engineering, marketing, and sales and business development. Now this one has pretty good rating, 4.2 stars out of 5. 80% approve of the CEO, which is great. And when it comes to the salary, happiness engineers make $119,000 a year. Software engineers make $131,000. Code wranglers make $93,000. Technical account managers make $112,000. Senior software engineers make $142,000. JavaScript engineers make $131,000. Senior product designers make $137,000. Team leads make $86,000. Account executives make $85,000. Product designers make $114,000. Engineering managers make $188,000. And engineers make $117,000 a year. So this is another one where, again, it's a little bit easier to get into. There's more options as well. Pretty much everything is on point with this one, so I'm gonna give it an opportunity score of 9 out of 10. Now, if you haven't checked it out already, I did make a video where I went over 17 work from home job companies that are always hiring. So I gave a bunch of other examples. Some of them are going to be a lot easier than these ones because these ones are the top companies that are always hiring. So in many cases, they're going to be hiring the best talent, and they aren't necessarily going to be hiring people who don't have a lot of experience. And you can check out that 17 work from home jobs that are always hiring video by clicking right here.